Okay, well, if everybody is ready, let us go ahead and begin this evening. This is Monday, October the 26th, and we are very, very pleased this year to have a second round of Jack Hopkins allocations that we have awarded. And this is with respect to the COVID crisis and doing our very best at the city to try to help alleviate some of our nonprofits who are providing essential services to low-income clients in this very difficult time. And so let me begin this evening by just quickly introducing the committee. And when I say your name, just give a little wave here so people know who you are. And the first name I see is Sue Scambaluri with the council. And next up, I see Tim Mayer, who is one of our citizen representatives, and Ron Smith, who is a member of the council, as well as Lauren McAllister, member of the community, who's very graciously joined us for this second round, Matt Flaherty, one of our council members on the committee, and Mark Fraley, one of our community members who's agreed to assist. I'm Susan Sandberg, I'm the chair, and of course we have Stephen Lucas, our attorney. We have Tonda Radawan, who is relatively new with the hand staff. We're very glad to have her join us. Heather Lacey with the council staff. We have Cody Toothman with the hand department. And I believe that we have Sophia McDowell from the clerk's office with us this evening. And we are delighted to have her assistance tonight. So without further ado, what I will want to begin with is someone to make a motion to recommend the funding, a motion and a second, and then I will read through all the decisions that we have made over the past two meetings.
Chairperson Sandberg, I'd like to recommend that we adopt the funding as laid out.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. So if Stephen Lucas can share our screen so people can maybe see the allocations as I'm reading through them, I will read through them very, very quickly here so we can get to the all-important vote. First up, we have all options pregnancy resource center for essential supplies for local families, and that would include face masks, menstrual products, pregnancy tests, soap, shampoo, condoms, reusable bags, and hand sanitizer. And that was for $4,450. Next, Amethyst House personnel expenses for residential case managers and technicians for November and December 2020, $13,000. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Indiana, personnel expenses, $15,000. Next, we have Boys and Girls Club of Bloomington, personnel expenses, $10,400. Next, Catholic Charities, HEPA air filters, wall unit dispensers, and disinfection solution, $2,014.23. Centerstone of Indiana, Elite 33 Thermoflow Tech 300 square foot bed bug heat treatment package, metal shelves and linens for 50 units, $8,250. Courage to Change, Sober Living, personnel expenses, and those are extra hours for house managers, $3,430. Habitat for Humanity of Monroe County, construction materials, materials for floor system, wall framing, roof system and trusses, or porch and decking, and they can certainly choose, $8,862. HealthNet, PureShield 500 air purifiers and replacement cartridges, $5,518.98. Hotels for Homeless, hotel room payments during the winter months, $7,400. Indiana Recovery Alliance, Narcan and supplies for syringe service program, $4,430. Life Designs, personal protective equipment for disability services, KN95 masks, gloves, and disinfectant isolation gowns, $10,000. Bloomington Meals on Wheels Incorporated, medically tailored meals, $10,000. Yes. Middleway House Incorporated, paper sanitary and cleaning products, hand sanitizer and cleaning solution, face masks, hardware to replace used sanitation, healthcare equipment as needed, $8,000. Monroe County Humane Association, immediate and extended emergency housing for pets, direct boarding and care, including housing, food, needed vaccines, and basic animal care, $2,000. Monroe County United Ministries, supplies for restocking, cleaning, and hygiene closet, meals and snacks for Compass students, $9,500. Mother Hubbard's Cupboard, staff support, $10,000, and hand warmers, work gloves, lights, space heaters, insulated coveralls, insulated jackets, warm weather accessories, outdoor patio heater, and tent, $19,100. New Hope Family Shelter, high capacity clothes washers and dryers, metal bunk beds and mattresses, $14,020. New Leaf New Life, staff support for reentry liaison and reentry mentor, tents, backpacks, sleeping bags, tarps, blankets, gloves, beanies, hygiene kits, can openers, hand and feet warmers, food bank funds, $9,540. Planned Parenthood of Indiana and Kentucky, contraception subsidies, $7,500. Refugee Support Network, housing and medical support, $5,000. Safe Families for Children in Bloomington, Indiana, transportation and tangible needs for families, including diapers, formula, and gas cards, $2,000. Shalom Community Center Incorporated, restroom repair and renovation expenses, rental of hand washing station and stocking the Crawford Homes Hygiene Pantry, $17,500. Bloomington St. Vincent de Paul utility bill assistance, $15,000. And last, Wheeler Mission, personnel expenses for emergency services case manager, $12,990. And because we did have some returning funds from the first round, we actually had $25,000 additional dollars to award this year. So our total is $224,905.21 for our second round of Jack Hopkins allocations that we are absolutely thrilled to be able to recommend to the City Council. So at this point, we've been moved and seconded, and we have now revealed our allocations. At this time, I will ask if there is anyone here from the public who might want to make a comment about the recommendations that we have just announced. And I don't think I see anybody else from the community here. Anybody else see someone that I'm not seeing?
I did get word from the student group that I mentioned last week that they would be unable to attend tonight, so they passed along their apologies. But I know I'd mentioned that we might have some folks here tonight, but they ended up not being able to come. So I did clarify. I think on one of the awards, Susan read off for Mother Hubbard's Cupboard. I wanted to clarify that the $10,000 was for staff support. And then the other items, I believe you had said $19,100. That's the total amount. The items, the hand warmers, work gloves, space heaters, those were a total of $9,100. And the staff support and those supplies combined were the $19,100. So just to clarify.
Got it. So it's not 19,000 plus. It's incorporated.
Yes.
Okay. My apologies if I messed that up.
Sorry.
Okay, at this point, I would like to ask any member of the committee if they have anything they would like to add with respect to the second round, and feel free to speak up. And I see a hand from Sue Scambalori.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I didn't notice this till just now, and this is a question for Mr. Lucas, but I know that Shalom's recent name change to Beacon may need to be reflected here, but I'm not sure if it does or not. I'm guessing they applied under the name Shalom. So I would defer to you on whether or not that needs to be adjusted.
I think you're correct that we went with the names that they used when they applied. If their name has changed, that we'll work through that when we get funding agreements from these agencies, which I will note we plan to do between now, assuming the committee approves this recommendation, and when this goes to the full council for approval on November 18th. So we'll be going through a process of getting funding agreements from all the agencies that are included here
But
tonight.
thank you for bringing that up, Sue. I'm sure that Shalom will be most happy that we are advertising the fact that they are now Beacon, correct?
And it's a brand.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
That's something that we will all be getting accustomed to as we go forward here. Shalom Beacon.
Susan?
Yes, Tim.
Yeah, the way I understand it, Shalom will remain as a name for the daytime shelter. And the Beacon will be the overarching for all the programs that fall under that organization. So there's many more than just Shalom.
Got it, because that, of course, includes Friends Place and their work with Crawford Homes and all the other things that they have been doing in addition to the community center there that is Shalom. And I believe our funding was all for the Shalom Center anyway. So
That is correct.
yeah, great. Anyone else from the committee wish to make a final statement here to conclude our second round here? Mr. Smith.
I just wanted to express my thanks to everybody who participated. It was a really good collaborative process. So we gave out a lot of money to deserving organizations. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Anyone else from the committee? Mr. Flaherty.
Sure, just briefly, I think as we usually note, or at least in my experience this year, we note in these meetings, I think all of us wish we could meet the full asks of the organizations. We hear a lot of worthy offers, and it's difficult to make the decisions about allocations, and we do our best on that. And I think the process is really smooth, has worked really well, and it's a reflection of the hard work that staff and council members and community members have put in over the years. So I appreciate all that work over time, and also the work of folks this year on this, including, again, staff and committee members. So just thanks to everybody who applied, and thanks for everybody who helped move this process forward.
Great, thank you. Anyone else? And I would just like to thank Lauren McAllister for joining us. The Jack Hopkins committee has now been changed to include 4 members of council and 3 members of the community. And so our first round, we were 1 member short. And so Lauren has graciously joined us for this second round, and we are delighted that she could do that. All right, if no one else has any more comments, let us proceed to a vote. And I will just go ahead and we will do a roll call vote. So I will start with who I see on my screen, starting with Councilmember Scambaluri.
Yeah.
Timothy Mayer.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Ms. McAllister.
Enthusiastic, yes.
Great. Councilmember Flaherty.
Yes.
And Mr. Fraley.
Yes.
And I will be voting yes. We are delighted once again to have this second round. I don't know that we'll be having a third round. This committee has really been put through its paces. We normally do 1 round and we're one and done. So again, my appreciation to all of you for stepping up again to serve this second round. And again, grateful to our staff who now will be doing the work with the agencies who have been awarded with the various things. And so with that, Mr. Lucas, let you round out the meeting here with reminders as to what's remaining on our calendar here.
Sure, thank you. I already mentioned that staff will be working with the agencies that just were recommended for funding to get funding agreements in place, hopefully by November 16th. The council is expected to vote on a resolution to approve these funding amounts at their meeting on Wednesday, November 18th. And there is a hand technical assistance meeting for any agencies that received funding that will be held on Tuesday, December the 1st at 9:30 a.m. And I expect more details about that technical assistance meeting can be found from hand staff. So if any of the agencies are watching, we'll post the information about that on the Jack Hopkins website, but also feel free to reach out to hand staff and hopefully they'll be getting in touch with you all about how you can access that meeting. So seeing some nods from Tanda. Those are the
Thank you.
I wanted to mention, and one other item is the committee typically has a debriefing meeting at the end of each funding process to go over the process, make any recommendations for next year's committee. You all did that in the summer after the first round of funding, and I don't believe we have a debriefing meeting on your schedule at the moment. So my question for you all tonight is, would you like one? And if so, now would be a good time to schedule one. If not, staff will take the recommendations that were made after the first round and carry those forward to next year's committee, which is, believe it or not, just a few months away. So I don't know if anybody has an opinion on whether this funding round needs a debriefing meeting.
Ms. Gambaluri, what's your opinion?
I would suggest not. And here's why. Number one, we just did that and had some productive conversations after round one. But two, my sense is that any adjustments we might make to process will be determined as the economy unfolds. And I think we'll know more in a couple months than we will now. And so I think that conversation would be very valuable to have just 2 or 3 months from now during our organizational meetings for the next round. So that's my 2 cents. So.
Anyone else have a differing opinion? I agree. I think we've done our debriefing and this was kind of a bonus round. And so I think there's not much more we can add until next year's round. So, okay, I think our work here is done. Once again, the hand staff that are with us this evening, Cody Toothman, Tanda Radwan. Again, we appreciate you for being here. Sophia McDowell with the clerk's office, thank you. And of course, Heather and Stephen, we're delighted that you have worked so hard for us with this very exceptional year. So onward and forward. If there is no further business, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you all so much. You've done a great job. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.